Welcome everybody to your new art class. My name is Miss Nardiza Ball, and today you're going to learn the rules, the consequences. You're going to learn about the procedures, what your leadership roles are, and then we're going to give a very quick recap of everything that we learned today. So by the end of the lesson, you guys are going to be able to know what all of the rules of the classroom are, and you're going to be able to understand what's going to happen if you break one of the rules. You're also going to be able to follow the procedures that will happen every day that you come inside of the art classroom. And one of the most important things that we're going to do in order for the art classroom to run smoothly is you are all going to have a leadership role that is going to be rotating at the end of each week. So, whatever your leadership role is one week, you're going to change it for the next week. So, let's get started with the rules. They're very easy. I kept them as simple as possible. The first one is to listen to any rule or direction that I give you on the first time. Always respect others and their property. If you want to speak, please raise your hand and be in your seat when I am in the front of the class and start teaching. Remember this year there's going to be no bells, so we have to be paying attention of being ready to start when I'm in the front of the classroom. What's going to happen if we break any one of these rules? You're never going to see me get upset. I'm not going to get upset at you. I am just going to point out to these next consequences that are coming right up. First thing that happens if you're breaking any one of the rules is you get your name on the board. This is your sign that you should stop doing whatever it is that you're doing. If you continue doing the same or another rule or you're breaking another rule, then you're going to get your first check mark. This will mean that I am going to have to move you to a seat where I think that you're going to be not as distracted. That's for your first check mark. Now comes your second check mark. Let's say that you're having a particularly bad day and you continue breaking the same rule or another rule. Then you have check mark number 2, and you are going to be signing a level. I'll explain to you what a level is in a little bit. And then if you continue breaking rules because your day is really not a good one, then we're going to continue signing levels. If you do not want to sign the level because you just don't feel like it, then I am going to sign your level. And unfortunately, this is going to be an automatic referral for you for insubordination. Insubordination means that you are refusing to do what your teacher tells you to do, and that's not a good thing. Referral means that whatever you did gets written down on a document that stays on the system and it follows you until high school. We do not want to be written down. It's different than a detention. Detention, you just serve your detention, maybe lunch, maybe after school, but it does not get written down in your files. A referral does get written down. Okay, so let's learn about what levels are. When you need to sign your first level, you are going to write down what you did right here, and then you're going to write your name down here. That's level 1. You write what you did wrong, and what I do is we talk about it and we send an email home. That's for your first level. Let's say that I had to give you another check mark because you were still not having a good day and you broke another rule. Then we're going to have to sign a second level. Right here, you wrote down what you did wrong, and here you write your signature, and then I will assign a lunch detention, and I'm gonna have to call home. This can all happen in one day. You can sign levels in one day, and unfortunately, these levels, they do not refresh or start from scratch until 6 weeks. We rule you start from scratch every 6 weeks, which means if you signed a level on Monday, let's say we signed here on Monday, then on Tuesday, you're not going to get the phone call home. The email home. You're going to get a detention and a call. And if On Wednesday or Thursday, you have to sign another level, then that's an after-school detention or it's a 2-hour after-school detention and another phone call home. And then if you have to sign another level for any reason, then it's a referral and a parent-teacher conference. And this is where your actions get written down in a file. And if you don't sign any of these because you're not in the mood for signing or you're upset, then it's going to go, instead of just having a call home, we might have to go all the way down to level 4 for insubordination. So levels are when we go through a step by step because you are breaking one rule or the same rule. And these are a step process. So now let's go to the automatic referrals. For automatic referrals, we skip all the writing of levels and you're immediately going to get a referral that goes all the way down here. We skip all this and we skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and we go all the way down here. And these are the actions that you do that gets you an automatic referral. 1, safety of others is compromised. If you do anything that will hurt anybody, like anything that hurts somebody, it's an automatic referral. Like any type of slapping, if you're running with scissors, and if you're running inside of the classroom, that is safety of others compromised. If you're slapping even your friends, that is an automatic referral. If you are bullying anybody with words or with actions, that's an automatic referral. If you are destroying your friend's artwork, the desk, if you're breaking a pencil, if you're stabbing an eraser, that's property destruction. That's an automatic referral. If you are carrying or using illegal substances or weapons, that is an automatic referral. And any sexually inappropriate behavior, as well as bad language. Bad language is an automatic referral. So please, let's mind our words, because that will not get you a level, that gets you a referral. So don't do any of these. Now, this is everything that we're doing every single day, when even before that we come inside the classroom. And this is so that our class runs smoothly and all you have to focus on is making your art. And in the beginning, it'll be you're going to have a little bit of a hard time remembering, but as we do it every day, you're going to it's going to come naturally. So the first thing we do is we line up against the wall outside of the classroom, and you are going to greet me by saying your name to me. Eventually, I will say your name back to you, but in order for me to get to know you and familiarize your face with your name, for the first 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to be telling me your name before you get in the classroom. As soon as you walk in the classroom, you're going to set your backpacks on the shelf that are right next to the door, the big metal shelves. After that, you will perform your leadership role when you have set your backpack down. Your leadership roles are going to be, if you don't know what you're doing, there's going to be a poster on the wall that will tell you exactly what you're going to be doing, and we're going to talk about that next. So after you perform your leadership role, then you're going to go to your seat and be ready to start and be at your seat when I start talking. So if I start talking and I'm ready to start class and you're not in your seat, then it's going to be a rule that you're breaking because you are not following the daily procedures and instructions. So you're going to have 2 weeks of grace, 2 or 3. We're going to get the hang of it first, and after I know that you should be getting the hang of everything, then I'm going to start worrying about handing consequences. Before that, I understand that we're all learning how to navigate the classroom, the rules, and everything seems very confusing and too much rules. I understand. So don't worry if you don't remember everything in the beginning. Here are all of the procedures, and now that we know the order and what we should be doing in order to begin the class, we need to know what our leadership roles are. If you look at the wall, there is a poster that says leadership roles, and it has 4 different colors. The colors represent you. If you look at your table, there should be a label with a color. You are either going to be orange or mint or pink or silver. You're going to find it at the edge of your table written with a black Sharpie. Let's look at the leadership roles for each color for the week. If you are mint and it says material manager, that means that you are going to be managing the supplies for everybody at your table for the entire week. You are going to get one of these buckets, and the bucket that you're getting matches the color of the table that you're sitting in. And the way that we know what table we're sitting in, you look up at the ceiling, there should be a colored ball with a number under it. So if you are sitting at the blue ball with the number 1, look at how it says B1 here. This would be the bucket for your table, and your table is the blue 1 table. That will be your leadership role if you are a mint. You are going to be a material manager for the week, the entire week. If you are orange, then you are going to be the portfolio manager. It's the orange portfolio manager for the entire week. Look over at the front of the room to the right. You should see a lot of these buckets, colored buckets. We know which class is yours because the number of your class, for example, this one says P6, period 6. So if you are period 6, this is where you're going to find your colored bucket. If you are, let's continue with the same example of blue 1. If you are sitting at the blue table with the number 1, this is going to be the bucket that you take to your table, the one that says B1. And back on the wall, it also says B1, P6, blue 1, period 6. And don't worry if you don't get it right now. We're going to be practicing, and very fast you're going to get the hang of it. So portfolio managers, this is where you're going to be putting all of your sketchbooks and folders, and you're going to be bringing it to your table. If I tell you to bring it, it's going to happen almost every day. If we don't need it, I'll tell you don't do your portfolio manager role. So if you're orange, that's what you're doing for the week. If you are silver, you might be the cleanup manager for that week, so that you are in charge of not cleaning up after your table mates. You are in charge of reminding everybody to pick up after themselves. And so if you see that there's things that you can pick up real quick from the floor or the table, go ahead and do it. If it's a lot of mess that one of your table mates has made, please, I need you to remind them to pick up all their mess before you are allowed to leave the room. Only the people that have done all of their leadership roles will get to leave. I am going to dismiss each table that is ready to leave. So cleanup managers, before we leave, you pick up all the mess. You make sure that everything is either in the trash or in its bucket. Assistant, if anybody at your table is missing, if you are pink, then you are assistant at this time. If there's an empty chair at your table and you don't have a cleanup manager, or you don't have a portfolio manager or a material manager, it is your leadership role to actually go do the job of the person that is absent. Or if you don't have a person at your table at all, then the assistant is always going to be doing that other role that nobody else is doing. I forgot to mention that at the end of class, when we are cleaning up, material managers are also responsible for making sure that all of the supplies are back in the bucket. The exact number that you got, you have to put back, and your buckets need to be organized like you found them, all of them. And that's it for the leadership roles. So what we learned today was about the rules that we follow. They are very easy. I'm going to point everything here is posted in the classroom in case you forget. There's a little poster with all of these rules, consequences, procedures, and your leadership role. The consequences, if you break one of these rules, then we start to from the 1 to the 4. I follow this very easily. I never get upset at you. You're going to see that you're not even going to want to argue because it's going to be very easy. One rule broken, one consequence followed. And as time goes by, you're going to see that we don't even have to worry about these two things because we're going to only be worrying about making art and having fun. The daily procedures, everything that we do before we get into the classroom in order for us to just be focused on making art. Please say hi to me. Tell me your name. I want to know who you are. I want to get to memorize and know who you are. That happens before we come into class. Put your backpack in the shelf. Do your leadership role. Get your materials if you're a material manager. Get your portfolios if you're a portfolio manager. And then be in your seat. As soon as you see me in front of the whiteboard, you know that I'm about to start class. So make sure that you're in your seat before I start. And then these are your leadership roles: material manager, portfolio manager, assistant, and cleanup manager. I am absolutely thrilled to be your art teacher this year, and I have no doubt that we're going to have an amazing year. You're going to do so much art. I know that you're going to enjoy it, and I am so blessed that I get to be your teacher. Let's get started making art.